Welcome, everyone, to another exciting episode of AHHW F. I am Ben, and with me, as always, is the ever-effervescent Chris.
And ever late, other adjectives probably describe me as well, but I can say one thing, is that you open our show with another exciting episode of AHHW F. We've never not had an exciting episode. Go back and try to find an episode of the show that wasn't exciting. You can't do it.
No, they're all
impossible.
exciting.
Literally,
that's why every
exciting.
episode starts with another exciting episode of AHHW F.
It's a promise, a solemn vow to you, the viewer of
That
AHHW
is correct.
We would not lie.
And we appreciate you all joining us tonight on this special early start time. It's going to be exciting.
Yeah. And this is like the perfect setup.
How many times can I say exciting before the first match?
competitor. No, if you want to check out the NBA Finals, but you're like, I need to get my blood pumping up to that level. This is a great way to shoot you up to the top, and then you'll be so excited from this. The finals actually end up being kind of a come down for you. It can be kind of like a chill, relaxing evening for you. So I think this is the right way to do it. You come in for some HHWF action, then you go watch the amateurs play.
Yeah, that is the intent of this early start time. And we have a great... What?
I was just going to do a segue, but then I had to wait for you to finish, because then I could throw it.
Go ahead, throw it. I was just going to throw it anyways.
Speaking of play, we have some contention from last week's show, Ben. We had a triple threat match to determine who would win E3 before E3 even happened. But then once E3 actually did happen, someone came out and said, you know what, I think in hindsight, maybe a wrestling match before the event wasn't really the right way to decide who would win, because Zelda has flat out stated to Aloy, my company actually won E3. You just won one wrestling match. So I'm going to find out if you can win another, and we'll see who the real winner of E3 was.
Well, I don't know how accurate that is, but I mean, I thought that Sony won E3, but what are you going to do? Also, welcome back, 44th Pilot.
Welcome back.
Nice to have you back here watching AHHWF as Aloy, last week's winner of E3.
Yeah, it's good to see Aloy back in the building as well after single-handedly winning an entire video game conference just by winning a triple threat match last week. Some people, haters and doubters, might say that Sony can't possibly have won E3 without attending, but we set out the rules very clearly last week that the winner of that match would win E3, and so Aloy's got the right to the throne right now, as well as her company, Sony.
Yeah. Should have an E3 title belt.
It only comes out once a year, but
yeah. Gosh
darn it, when we pull that one out, we mean business. There's a lot riding on who wins E3, Ben. Lots of marketing and sales and the oft whispered about console wars, or rather screamed about.
Yes.
But, yeah, so Aloy, happy to come out and say, all right, I can defend my brand once again. I can win E3 twice in 2 weeks. That's a pretty good feather in my cap, a nice little line to throw at the end of my resume when I run out of talking about how I'm a good team player and stuff like that. My weakness is I care too much.
And here comes Princess Zelda of Hyrule. Competed last week valiantly, I might add. But, we didn't really know what Zelda had in store for the actual E3 show. She announced a brand new video game. I don't think anybody saw that coming. And so you got to wonder if maybe she was a little, preoccupied. Now the announcement's out of the way. It's all right, let's go. I'm ready to fight now.
Yeah, I mean...
I saw that spooky Ganon zombie thing or whatever that was.
Those fiery red eyes have motivated me like nothing else will. Ben, we live in the era of Tom Hollands and Mark Ruffalo's who get in big trouble for blowing big twists and surprises about the companies and entertainment brands they work for. That kind of pressure, even while wrestling, to not just blurt out new Breath of the Wild game, it was so much that I think Zelda's concentration was utterly rocked. And I think that you have a point there that might have been a possible explanation for why she was not able to bag that win for Nintendo last week.
Yeah, and the AHHWF universe on the side of Zelda. So we'll see what happens here.
I just love this phrasing, Zelda's gonna own bones. We need to adopt that into our commentary stat. It's very
It's better
good.
than competitor.
I was gonna say like we should get that on a t-shirt, and then you saying that just like flashed an image in my head, just a black t-shirt, white text, just competitor. Actually, except like in order to be accurate to my thing, it'd have to be one of those shirts that's like the something and something and something all the way down it, but just competitor. And oh, nice snap power slam.
In like different fonts and different sizes and stuff like that, but it just says competitor all over the place.
And Aloy, it's saying it's my turn to throw you into this corner, which is apparently we're gonna live for the next 5 minutes. You can hear the ring squeak on its axles as Zelda's head is thrown into that top turnbuckle by Aloy.
Yeah, I need a little WD-40 there on that ring.
Ooh, and apparently the only bones being owned so far is that of Princess Zelda.
Ooh. Little pop-up headbutt there.
Yeah, you know, that's the kind of, that's like the, when you drop like the Last of Us trailer at E3, that's like that kind of impact. But Zelda come back with impact of her own, it's like, fuck you, we got Animal Crossing, you're out of this ring.
And now Aloy on the deserted island of the outside of the ring. No one knows what could happen out there.
And Zelda tuning up the banjo on Aloy.
Fire Emblem.
The hero. I'm trying to like draw the hardest on my powers of remembering what I saw on Twitter that day, because I missed the conference. I was having a very important meeting with Frazier about ways to protect me now that Luigi's back on the scene. We came up with nothing. Aloy, big split-leg moonsault.
Ooh.
Zelda could have used some protection there. Yeah, absolutely. And that crunch is absent from Nintendo's policies. But Aloy, bringing the violence party, here we go. The PlayStation Princess delivering a knee to the Princess of Hyrule.
Brian hesitating on the count there at first.
He's torn. I think maybe Brian grew up as a Nintendo fan and hates to rule out Nintendo and say that Sony did win E3 2019. Maybe Brian a little bit biased?
Possibly. I mean, you know,
I don't know what goes on in that man's head.
It's hard to say. Honestly, out of all the people that I've gotten a chance to talk to here in the locker room, very rarely have I spoken with Brian.
It's like, have any of us ever spoken to Brian? Is he feeling left out? Should we invite him to the lunch table next time we're taping? Like,
you know, I had the one conversation I had with him is we passed in the hallway. I said, "Brian, how you doing?" And he said, "Still $1 million short of being a millionaire." And that was that was about it.
That tops the conversation that I had with him where he tried to say hi to me and said, "Another day, another dollar." And I said, "That's nice. Where's the bathroom?"
Oh, is Aloy going to tap here? Zelda's got that modified something Hyrule.
It's a modified Zora crab.
Thank you. Hyrule Zora.
Mine wasn't that much better, but you know what? Sometimes you gotta just like dive in and try to take a bullet. Oof. Inverted DDT right there on that solid steel reinforced martini glass. The hardest part of the ring. Some people will tell you that it's actually the apron, but they're not used to...
But they're wrong.
Yeah, they watch other inferior wrestling products. Here, it's our giant logo made to be a very hard weapon. Although, you know, I should say, it's not intended to be a weapon. It's intended to keep the ring afloat. 44th Pilot in the chat, maybe having some insider info, saying that Brian does not speak, maybe much like Zelda's pal Link.
Ah, don't speak, like the No Doubt song.
And I have no
Cultural
doubt.
reference.
And I have no doubt that tonight is going to be a barn burner of an episode of AHHW F when we're kicking off with action like this, with the pride of two unrelated video game companies on the line here in this ring tonight. You got to think, you know, like.
You know, an interesting story, Chris, is that they are related. Did you know that?
How so?
Do you know that whole thing? So it was the Nintendo. It was the Nintendo PlayStation, and Nintendo hired Sony to figure out a disc-based platform as like a thing that you would attach to the Super Nintendo.
Yeah.
And then they ended up I don't know exactly how it happened, but there was something where Nintendo and Sony split, and Sony took the thing they were working on for Nintendo and made it into the PlayStation to compete with Nintendo.
That's some James Bond stuff, the secret origins of the villains. I used to work with you, and it's you took our secret folder full of agents' identities, which gets put in danger every other movie now.
Yeah. Oh, a lot of slaps going on there. Oh, and a giant knee to the head of Zelda. That's gonna put her out. 1, 2, and a 3.
Wow.
Sony wins E3
I guess
once
that
again.
settles it.